corporate Democrats haven't responded well to Donna Brazile coming clean about the corrupt DNC. But their counter-arguments are so ridiculous that they're laughable. I mean, anybody who's paying minimal attention to the reality of the situation is going to look at this stuff and just have a genuine belly laugh over it. So look at this here. This is from David Sirota. Hillary Clinton's campaign is now calling Donna Brazile a Putin stooge. This is actually happening. And then shows here. This is from an open letter from Hillary for America. And here's what it says. It is particularly troubling and puzzling that she, Donna Brazile, would seemingly buy into false Russian-fueled propaganda spread by both the Russians and our opponent about our candidate's health. They have nothing left. They have nothing. When you're at the point where you're calling the person who you guys picked as the interim head of the DNC, you're calling her a Putin stooge? Well, that has about as much validity as whenever that charge was leveled against Glenn Greenwald or me or Michael Tracy. I mean, please, man, your tactics are so transparent. And nobody can say this isn't the new McCarthyism when you are copying literal McCarthyist tactics. Well, you said something that we don't like, that disagrees with our establishment bullshit narrative? I guess you're doing the bidding of Vladimir Putin. Like, no. And, you know, they've gone so low, not only are they doing smear tactics like this, they're at the point where this is one of the more hilarious responses. They cite a part of the agreement that Hillary Clinton had with the DNC, where it says, oh, and by the way, this is all totally normal and okay, and I need you to understand that this only applies in the general election. And they're going, what? Chris Hayes was even fucking tweeting this out. No shame. He has no shame. He's like, what's that? Only in the general. It only applies in the general. But if you read the agreement, it's obvious that that paragraph is a throwaway to try to divert idiots. Because the rest of the substance, she literally got last word on hiring and firing people. They literally needed approval in the primary from Brooklyn, which is Hillary Clinton's headquarters. From her campaign, they approved every message that came out of the DNC. So the entire agreement goes into excruciating detail about Hillary is using the DNC for a money laundering front to raise more big money from corporate donors. She's controlling the hiring and firing and the messaging. She has them on a short lease. She has them on a, quote, starvation diet. That's all the agreement. And then they throw in one little, paragraph at the end for plausible deniability where they go, oh, and by the way, this only applies to general elections. And of course, The Intercept had a great breakdown of this where they give the example of that's like a politician having in an agreement a corrupt deal where they say, I will take X amount of money from corporation and I will vote this way on policy Y. And then at the end of the agreement, it says, oh, and by the way, this isn't a quid pro quo and none of this is corruption. Idiots like Chris Hayes and other establishment Democrats would be like, what do you mean it says there's no corruption? What do you mean? I don't understand what it means right there. It says right there in plain language. It only applies to the general election. I don't understand. But look at the rest of the agreement. It's obvious that contradicts it. And the bulk of the agreement is the detailed description of how there's going to be this corrupt deal. And they don't have, they have no leg to stand on. So now, smear merchants like Howard Dean are out there questioning Donna Brazile. And all it took was Donna Brazile to keep it real about what was going on at the DNC. By the way, they act like what? Donna Brazile was secretly so immensely pro-Bernie the whole time. And then now she's coming out about it. No, she was on Hillary's side. But this was driving her crazy because it showed that they had no integrity and they were liars. So for somebody who was massively pro-Hillary Clinton to flip and tell you, yeah, here's what was really going on, man, is that telling. and they can't handle that reality because that is the reality. So what do? I don't know. Putin, something. Corporate Democrats are disgusting, man. They're disgusting. And by the way, you blame them for Trump because they propped up the only candidate that could lose to him.